Oh, are you wearing your little suspenders?
Yeah, but we're live.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah. So hey, Michael Jackson, the movie, right? Michael, the movie, to review, but we're gonna have a different twist. Two former JWs. Real quick, a long time ago, there was a movie called Vantage Point. It wasn't a great movie, but it was basically an explosion someplace in Spain, and it was about 8, 9 different people viewing the same crime scene from different vantage points. And that's what I was thinking about when I saw this movie, Michael, that we, as ex Jehovah's Witnesses, we were able to see things that just other people wouldn't. And naturally, other people in the business see things that we won't. So, there's so much. And the reason I mention that is because I thought the movie was great. It was worth every penny that we paid extra to go because she insisted on going.
IMAX.
IMAX. So gotta listen to the woman, right?
But
Mhm.
the reason for
Mhm.
IMAX
Mhm.
is because
Yes.
the sound is better. It's like you're right there.
Mhm.
And the picture, the sound, everything's great.
Correct. And so I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna only have one complaint. The same complaint that I had with the Elvis movie. It wasn't 5 hours long. I could have sat there for 5 hours just listening to Michael Jackson, the story. Right. It was just a great movie. My only criticism of the movie, and I've been noticing on, and we'll talk about it. Uh, they're saying that Michael Jackson's nephew, who's played Michael Jackson, all over the comments. You know what everyone's saying? Best actor of the year.
Oh yeah, I read that. Yep.
Yeah. Now
Jafar. His name's Jafar Jackson.
we might we might get booted. Like YouTube might not let us show this, but we're going to show you the trailer, and we're going to cut. So that way we can comply with him. But
Just have all these songs in my head.
Don't wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man.
Just gotta get them out.
You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. I love you.
April 24th, we saw it yesterday, so one day after. And you know what? We went early, and you better go early too. And there was a lot of people in the early shows.
Well, we went at 4:45.
Yeah, that's kind of early because it was already sold out
Right.
in the evening.
Yeah, it's still convenient.
Don't stop till you get it. People, when the phone starts,
I'm just getting started.
said you wanna be starting something.
There's no one like you.
Got to be starting something.
This is what I was put on earth to do.
And mother always told me.
I knew you were different the moment you were born. You let your light shine into the world.
Now, on that one, that was a good scene. Let your light shine. The good thing about this movie is they only mentioned the J word one time, the Jehovah word, which was great because it was all about the music, all about the business. One thing, when you watch this movie, you actually think you're watching Michael Jackson, huh?
Yes.
Was there ever a time that you didn't think it was Michael?
No, his nephew looks just like him, and he moves like him. Oh, he studied for 2 years
Mhm.
to sound like him and act like him, and his voice and his dancing, and it was incredible.
Yeah, the acting, and not just on Michael, but the acting on everybody. All of the actors, I thought, did a phenomenal job. The best supporting actor would be Michael Jackson's father, because you love to hate him.
Right?
Boy, did he make you hate him in the movie.
He was evil.
I'm telling you guys, this movie was awesome.
You're the greatest of all time.
Okay, so in the movie, Nadine and wasn't the only one. But in the movie, you're supposed to be quiet, not talk, then
Right.
not her. I mean, she was like talking, and everybody else was too. Everybody was in. This is how good the movie is. The director is pulling everybody into the movie. Is my point. And then she wouldn't sit down. She couldn't.
I was dancing through the whole thing. Yeah, my feet were moving, my shoulders,
I'm telling you, everyone. Remember even the
Yeah.
little kid at the end.
and
he
I was
yeah.
singing too.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful. And that was, the beautiful thing about this movie is that when you go, you're going to see little boys and girls up to senior citizens and everybody in between, from all walks of life. I mean, construction guys were sitting next to us. Remember that? Just, I mean, at 4 o'clock, a bunch of Mexican construction guys, kids were dancing. This is a feel-good movie of the year. There's no killing, there's no gratuitous sex or violence, none of that. This is just a great movie.
There's one thing of violence.
There is?
With Joseph.
Oh, yeah.
But that's it.
And it breaks your heart. It breaks your heart.
It does. Oh.
And
Yeah.
that, and
I leaned over to you and I called him a certain name. Remember?
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So King of Dots, thanks for joining us, and happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday,
yeah,
King of Dots.
We're the Jews. He's in the wrong channel. So that was the my only criticism of the movie. Guys, the movie is awesome because it shows, especially if you're a Jehovah's Witness or an ex-Jehovah's Witness, you get to see things. And one of the things I saw in the movie was how Michael Jackson was very generous. That's a beautiful thing about the director. He really showed the generous side of Michael Jackson. And I was talking with Rick on the 6 screens, Dick and Connie, and I said that Michael Jackson in one finger gave more to charity than that religion did in over 100 years. Because I'm looking at it from an ex-Jehovah's Witness at this movie from a different vantage point. And here I was telling Nadine earlier today how Michael Jackson was trying to break free from his father. That's not a spoiler alert. You already know the story. The dad was very controlling, but so was the mother in her teachings, but it was a soft control. And so here Michael Jackson is trying to just live his life, but everywhere he goes, they're just feeding off of him. Yeah. And he come to the realization that he can't make everybody happy. And the only way he could really make everybody happy is if he just tries to be independent, go free and fly on his own. What do you think? Mm-hmm.
Well, yes. And when he was in negotiations with the managers, and then he asked the manager that Michael Jackson was afraid to fire him. So he had his manager do it. Well, all along, I thought Michael had moved out of the house when he did that. I had no idea that Michael was still living at home when his dad received the paper that he was fired. Mm-hmm. Because that could be pretty scary because Joseph was so mean. Did you think that Michael had moved out of the house when that happened?
No, but I didn't know, but it was a big enough house. I think everybody had their space. But yeah, and that's what. Yeah. And got to give it to Joe Jackson when he was trying to keep the whole family united. And you know what? Living in Hollywood, it was a good thing, good and bad, right? So I could see the good and bad on both. He asked, Jesse asked, did Diana Ross come out in the movie? No. Not
this part, but there's going to be a part 2. And actually, I saw a video today with Jafar Jackson, and he said that it's already kind of starting the second movie. So it'll probably be out in a year or so.
Correct. But there is mention of her. There's mention of everyone. There's mention of, and the beautiful thing about the movie is they didn't leave anybody out, but they're limited on time. So they do. Yeah. They show the influence of Fred Astaire, of Gene Kelly, of James Brown, and they're showing you a bunch of stuff. And
they showed Berry
Gordy. Just tons of people. Don King. Mm-hmm. They're showing you Quincy Jones and the like. Yeah. And so, and the reason from the vantage point that we come from as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses is all of these people are bad association. They're worldly people. Right. But when you're a Jehovah's Witness or an ex-Jehovah's Witness, you come to the realization, hey, these are great people. So the best people in my life have always been worldly people. That watched that. And so Michael Jackson is growing up, and I'm looking at it from that vantage point, that Michael Jackson is growing up in a religion where he's being told that all of these people are worldly, bad. Right. And yeah, some people may not be the most, like Don King may not be the most magnanimous person, but a lot of people are, the great majority of the people were very good people that really had his best interests at heart. Yes. And guess what? They weren't Jehovah's Witnesses. They were worldly. And again, the reason I mention is because we're looking at it from that vantage point. And they're the ones that brought it up with the word Jehovah in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and
Yeah.
I don't want it this just to be about that, but
Mhm.
I did have to bring out the point that I was really impressed with how there was a lot of very good people that Michael Jackson associated himself with.
Yeah, he got really lucky.
Mhm.
He really did, and they looked out after him to make the best deals and best decisions, and they became his good friends. And he was, pulling away from his dad, and those guys were there for him. And he got really, really lucky because he had really good people surrounding him.
Correct. And, King Dot says, my wife today said, witnesses proved to be the worst people we ever associated with. Facts are facts. It's true. And in this movie, you come to find out that the people that weren't of his religion were the ones that were bringing him, were inspiring him
Mhm.
to be a better person. Also, did they show his sisters? Not that much.
A little bit.
Not
But
that
I
much.
didn't even recognize them as his sister.
But
I think they showed was it? No,
Yeah,
Latoya.
Latoya. But I think in the next video,
Yeah.
in the next movie, they probably will.
Right. They
Mhm.
showed the brothers, but none of the brothers really had a big part. They were in the background.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Correct.
The monkey had a better part than his brothers. Remember
Correct.
that cute little monkey?
Yeah,
That was
understand.
great.
I wanted
Do you have a picture of the monkey?
the monkey. I think so. I want to show you guys
So
this.
cute.
Check this out.
Driving can kill a friend.
Michael was not only a brilliant performer, he was an extraordinary humanitarian at heart. In 2000, he was cited by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most philanthropic pop star in history. His generosity and kindness was unlimited. He spent a good part of his life helping people with mental and physical health issues, especially disadvantaged children, and supporting the homeless. He spent hours in hospitals helping those in need and lifting spirits. He also donated for education rights, ecology, and refugees.
He would turn up unannounced. The kids had no idea. He would have a sack full of toys and he would go in, meet the kids, leave. And there was no big deal about it. Michael used to just do this off his own bat. And he'd probably do hospital visits at least once a month. He used to have loads of kids come up to Neverland and he used to bust them in. And sometimes Michael wasn't even there. These kids, usually sick kids, sometimes kids from poor backgrounds, would come in and they were escorted like a school trip to Neverland. And they were just, it was just a great treat for these kids to come up, obviously, to spend time at Michael Jackson's place.
Yeah, and let's talk about that because there's a lot of people who like to throw accusations, right? And they'll say that busload of kids, and with everything that's happening now, but like my brother Jesse told me, and I heard it from Rush Limbaugh, and I know that might piss some of you off, just the word Rush Limbaugh, but he's right that Michael Jackson, nobody has been investigated more. Nobody has been investigated more than Michael Jackson on trying to find a crime. Look at what they're doing right now with the child molestation thing with the Epstein files. No one's going to jail. No one's getting investigated. But we know for a fact they went over every ounce of Michael Jackson's home and not one evidence of a crime. And so nobody can go through that and be guilty. He's innocent. We all know it. And you know how they talk about how Michael Jackson, he did believe in God, and he that clip that we just saw goes to show that him, and there's another clip I have of Prince and others, they didn't let the left hand know what the right hand was doing. That's how great these people are. They really did what Jesus told them to do, to be a charitable person, but don't go around tooting your horn. Just be quiet. And videos like that prove that Michael Jackson, was the salt of the earth. And that was so inspiring for me from that vantage point, because we come from a religion that we don't give shit to nobody. We suck.
That's true.
We sucked as Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm so proud of Michael Jackson and his family that participated in that. And kudos to them. Yeah, he goes, Rush Limbaugh said he's the most innocent. He is. because if they went after him with a vengeance, and they couldn't find anything, you know, and yeah, and goes LAPD, the most fraudulent, the most fraudulent, you know, one of the most fraudulent organizations on earth is trying to investigate Michael Jackson, and they can't find anything, you know. But that's another story. But see, that goes to prove the point is that, you know, growing up, you know, we're always told these people are bad. No, Michael Jackson was good.
That's true. And you know,
Mhm.
I'm going to go back to
Mhm.
that scene with his mom when she
Mhm.
said, you know, the Bible says, let your light shine. But that is not how the Jehovah's Witnesses view things.
Mhm.
They don't want your light to shine. That's why they dim everybody's
Mhm.
light, because they don't want you to have a shining personality.
Mhm.
So you're supposed to put on their new personality so yours gets suppressed. So
And, you
that
know,
line
mhm.
was a little funny, but I know why they
Mhm.
used it.
Yeah, and the funny thing, the way they used it, I think was perfect because in the movie, Michael Jackson's mom says, you know, Jehovah says, "Let your light shine." No, he didn't.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ said that, and that was the beautiful thing about it, the twistedness of
Right.
it, and maybe they did that on purpose. I'm sure that the writer would have known, but that's the whole point. Is that, in my view, Michael Jackson was being pulled by his dad, he was being pulled by his mom, he was being pulled by his church, he was being pulled by CBS, everybody else. And in this movie, what you're going to learn, especially if you're young, you gotta just fly on your own with your own two wings. You gotta be independent, kind of like America, the spirit of independence, right? So you have to be independent, and no matter what Michael Jackson did, he couldn't make everybody happy.
Right. And he stayed in that house for
Mhm.
so long, and I'm so surprised that he stayed there
Mhm.
because he wanted his independence. But living with his dad he wasn't going to get it that way.
Correct.
So
Here's another
Um,
question: did they have Lisa Marie?
no,
No, she wasn't in the thing,
no, Lisa Marie belongs to Elvis Presley.
but she's probably in the
Oh
next.
yes, but no, she's going. Yes, she's going to probably be in the next one. That's true.
Yeah.
And I told Gilbert a theory on that about Lisa Marie.
So all in all,
Mhm.
I think it's well worth every penny that you spend to go watch this movie. I would highly recommend it. Go watch it in the IMAX. It's great, but you are going to watch it from a different vantage point. And I think, and I didn't want to bore you with that, but the things that I got. Oh, the other thing I got from it is that in our religion, we're always destroying families, and
Our ex-religion.
our ex-religion, and so you could really see, you know, they talk about the family tour, right? The victory
Oh
tour.
yes, yes.
You know, Michael Jackson was great, but when he was with his brothers, you could tell that, you know, when I'm looking at the old videos, he was at his best. He was performing at his best. He was the happiest. But yeah, he needed to be independent too. But that's the whole point from our vantage point, is that I don't think his brothers had a problem with him being independent. But the family or his dad wanted him there for the money.
Right, right.
And that was so sad because, you know, also the religion destroys the family. It separates the family. It causes friction that shouldn't be there. And so those are the things that I was looking at from my vantage point, is that the family always there's something about our former religion where it's always destroying families. And you're going to see that in this movie. You're going to see that in this movie. And whereas here, Michael Jackson was trying to elevate people. He was trying to elevate the family. He was trying to elevate his brothers. But, you know, I guess the devil never goes to sleep. Shameless Joe Jackson. Yeah. But let's talk about that. That guy should get the best supporting actor. Because
What's his name? Domingo or something?
yeah, you love hating Michael Jackson's dad in this movie.
And he looked like him too.
He was
He was vicious.
now my brother Jesse says you know he's bad. He's really, really bad, Michael Jackson. On this movie, the dad is bad. And it goes, and the reason I mention this, it goes to show what great acting on the part of the mom, the dad, Michael Jackson, all of these characters. The director, I mean, top-notch picking of the actors to do this movie. I thought it was just fantastic.
And I heard that Jafar
Mhm.
had to try out with 200 other guys that wanted the role, and he got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Because he knew his uncle the best, but he had to actually audition for the role.
So would you say that that Jafar got the role because he was a Jackson, or did he earn it?
He earned it.
He earned it, man.
He earned it.
I'm telling you, when you watch this movie, you're actually going to believe, like, oh my God, this is Michael Jackson. This is one of the clips from the concert over here, or the concert over there.
Right.
And then you're looking at it, it's like, oh, that's not a clip. This is the actors.
Mhm.
That's how good this movie is. So
Excellent. I
Mhm.
recommend it.
Yeah, what does he say? Casting is everything, and this movie, and maybe no, Jamar is not AI, but
Who's all on the chat? 'Cause I can't see it.
Ricky Bobby,
Oh,
Jesse,
Ricky Bobby's there?
King of Dots, a few others. So
Oh, cool.
so guys, I think that's it. We have 20
Yeah.
minutes. Did you want to add anything else?
I think you pretty much, covered it. Mhm.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I'm glad I have a whole bunch of clips, but I'm not going to show them.
Mhm.
But great artist, and Michael Jackson followed in their footsteps. Prince also. There's a clip, right? I was watching. There was a drummer that they basically stole his drum beat music, right? And he ended up. He was very famous amongst Michael Jackson, probably knew him and stuff. And and the reason I mention it because Prince also a former ex-Jehovah's Witness, dying of cancer in his older age.
Mhm.
Prince goes and pays $80,000.
Wow.
And you know what he tells him?
What?
This is between you and I. But Prince is dead now, so he tells the story.
They're all dead now.
But
So sad.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you is that these men, Prince, Michael Jackson, and a lot of other people who grew up in our religion, did more in one finger than what the whole religion has done in 100 years. And it should inspire us to follow in their footsteps, the worldly people's footsteps of being very giving with our time, our energy, and kudos to Michael Jackson. This movie made me love Michael Jackson more than I already did.
Yeah, it was great. Yes.
So the question I
liked
have is,
it.
we did a movie review on Elvis, Epic,
Mhm.
EPIC, Elvis Presley
Epic,
in concert,
which
right?
means Elvis Presley in concert. That's what it stands for, Epic.
Epic.
Yeah.
And we have this movie, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is better? Okay, gun to your head. You got to make a decision. Listen, the world is coming to an end. The Iran war, everything. You only got $20. You can only watch one movie before it lights out.
Okay, well, you asked me this question yesterday.
Okay, which movie are we going to watch?
Elvis Presley.
I know.
But
And I said I would watch
Michael
this
is
one.
fabulous.
She said she would go watch
But
Elvis Presley.
only by a hair.
And I like this one. And the reason why is because this was a great storytelling movie. The director was the directing, the storytelling was fantastic. The Elvis also, but it was just different styles. But guys, this I also told her this movie is so great that it should be shown in churches, and then the pastor should be talking about this to the families. There's a lot to learn, and if you watch the 6 screens from yesterday, we were on, and we talked a lot about all of the great things that you can learn and glean from this movie. And I can't even imagine what other things they're going to bring out in the second.
Right. That's going to get kind of sticky, the second one. Because
Mhm.
a lot more things happened.
Yeah. Now this one, Jesse, I don't think it was in the movie, but We Are the World. And that was probably Michael Jackson's way of throwing it back at the religion and saying, no, we are the world, not you. We are the world. Or, yeah, we're worldly. Yeah, we are the world.
Wasn't that for the AIDS fund?
Mhm. But he did
Yeah.
it. But what did he do? You uplift it. See, instead of bringing people down and calling them worldly, You say we are the world, and you're uplifting. And that's the whole thing about this movie. You always see Michael Jackson trying to bring people up.
Mhm.
He's not trying to bring people down. You know, and that's what makes him
Right.
so lovable in the movie.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, he called it Black Epic. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Was that Jesse?
yeah, that was Jesse called it Black Epic.
Black Epic.
How much was the popcorn? $6 because we're on AMC. We paid the I think $20
Yeah, we're in a popcorn club.
popcorn club and a movie club. So, and we've already made all of our money back. So yeah, we're on the AMC. So and he goes, great appearance on the 6 screens. Congrats. And don't get a big head. But yeah, no,
Who
this
said that?
King of Dots. But yeah, it was a good
King
show.
of Dots.
So if you go on the 6 screens, we talk in detail about this movie for about an hour and a half, and I think you guys will like it. But okay, I hope you guys like the review, and please don't watch this by yourself. Go with friends and family. It's worth every penny that you spend on this movie. It really is. And I'll just finish by saying that I'll let you finish, but it's a shame that it ended so soon.
Yeah, it was really good, especially the way it ended. I thought it was going to go on a little bit longer,
Mhm.
but it was
And how was his singing?
fabulous.
Yeah, his
was
singing was
great.
amazing. And he was singing, right?
I'm pretty sure he was. From what I saw today on a clip that I saw,
Yeah, just
Um, So-
mhm.
acting and dancing and
Mhm.
everything that
Yeah.
he had to learn.
Yeah, this is definitely an older man's movie. Take his kids, take his
An
grandchildren.
older man.
Yeah, because you could take your kids, grandchildren, take
Yeah.
the boys and girls, and
Right.
you can actually have great conversations.
Well,
That's how
yes,
it is.
but a lot of young people were in the theater also.
Mhm. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's teachable moments, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
like
Like back in the day, yeah.
like
this-
violence in the family. Like why did Michael Jackson's brothers and sisters not like defend Michael when he was a kid? The whole family could have just made one big ball.
I know why.
What?
They were afraid of their dad.
Yeah,
That's why.
but there's power in numbers. So if the whole family
Right.
would have united, it would have
Right.
toned down the dad. So this is what I'm saying is that there's a lot of things to learn, and it's not being critical. It's just
Mhm.
this is a very teachable movie. And if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, yeah, you're going to learn a lot from this movie. You're going to learn a lot that you need to shine your light, and you need to get the hell out of Dodge where people are trying to micromanage your life.
Right.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
That's for sure. So he liked it. What if you don't have friends or family? Can
Go
you
by
still watch the
yourself.
movie? Yeah.
Yeah, go by yourself. Go see it in IMAX.
You see, this is what happens when you're a Jehovah's Witness. You don't have friends or family. Jeez Louise. Thank you,
That's
Ricky Bobby.
true.
But
That's true.
but I'm his friend. As long as you keep that monthly contribution
Right.
coming in.
You know what?
you're my friend.
The witnesses
Mhm.
can go with their worldly friends because they probably have a double life.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so they could just go with their friends that they have in secret.
Now this is an inside joke.
What's
Shine
that?
your light or burning bush. That's
Oh,
a funny. Yeah. So,
no.
anyways, all right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. I hope you liked it, and let us know that you saw the movie. I think you're gonna have a great time.
Yes.
And definitely buy
Yes.
popcorn. Don't be cheap. Not on this one.
Yeah,
not
don't
on
be
this one.
cheap, guys.
Not on this one. Not on this one. IMAX and popcorn, and you'll be happy. Okay. End the stream.